Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about should you affirm or should you let go? Okay, so if that is something that you have been wondering, then please keep watching because I'm about to give you some information that will definitely help you. It's helped me in a lot of different ways. It's helped my clients. So yeah, if that is of interest to you, then stay tuned. Okay, so should you affirm or should you let go? I'm just going to tell you my answer. It's you should keep affirming until you can let go. Okay, and this is something that I have used for like pretty much everything. I mean, look at me right now. Like, I'm not trying to flex or brag, but I am in New York City right now. Okay, I'm living my dream life in a luxury apartment. Like, I'm really happy with where I am in life right now. I have a six-figure salary. I'm like financially stable. Okay, yeah. I would say you should keep affirming until you can let go. Now, what does letting go mean? Letting go doesn't mean letting go of the desire completely. If anyone tells you that, if any coach tells you that, no hate to them, but like they're kind of wrong, or like maybe they're right in their own way, but I never understood that because I know there's some people that literally, need money for food, that are living in poverty, and I'm not going to tell them like let go, leave it to the universe. Like they want these basic necessities for them, right? So it's really about affirming until whatever you want becomes your natural way of thinking, until the things that you say regarding what you want become your natural way of thinking. Let me give you an example. If you are trying to manifest commitment with a specific person or just commitment in a relationship, your dominant way of thinking should be that it is easy for you to get that commitment, okay? Your dominant way of thinking should be that like people easily commit to me. um it's safe for me. I feel safe and secure in my romantic relationships. My relationships always work out for me. I always have happy, healthy relationships, okay? That should be your primary way of thinking. I know for a lot of people, and I don't blame you for thinking this. A lot of us have been here, like in the past, people wouldn't really commit. People would give these excuses like, oh, I'm not ready, and but then still lead you on. Like, whatever the case may be, you guys, the past is not real. Okay, that's something you have to take away from this video. The past literally exists in our imagination. Even the future, it's not real. It's something that exists in your imagination, okay? The only thing that is real is the present moment that you're in. That's the only thing that exists. That's the only thing that matters. What you do in the present moment will, rewrite the past. It will dictate your future, okay? It will really change up the game for you. But I will say you should keep affirming until whatever it is that you want becomes your natural way of thinking. I have talked about this in another video, but you can affirm things like, first of all, it is easy for me to think thoughts that are in alignment with my manifestations. It is easy for me to live in the end. Now, what is living in the end? Living in the end basically means you're acting like the person who already has your manifestation. So, if you are living in the end of you being with your specific person, you being in that committed relationship, you being in like, your ideal relationship, your dream relationship, would you be stalking their social media to see if they're following new girls or guys? Probably not, right? Because that sort of takes away the meaning of like, a good relationship, ideal relationship. I mean, I don't know about you, but I when I'm with someone, like I expect them to be loyal. Like them being loyal to me is my birthright. Like, and I choose no other scenario. Like loyalty, them being loyal, them treating you well, them committing to you, them respecting you. Like these are all very, very basic things that, you should just like expect, that you should have, okay? Like these are your birthright, and it's okay to manifest for them. I know for a lot of us, unfortunately, in the past, we've been disrespected, not treated as well. So you should definitely be saying those affirmations. Okay, I'm always respected, I'm always cared for, I'm always valued, I'm loved. But then you should also be saying affirmations that have to do with you telling your subconscious mind, like, listen, it's easy for us to think thoughts that are in alignment with whatever it is that we want to manifest, right? So see, at the end of the day, it is your thoughts that manifest. I still wholeheartedly believe that. I know some people say it's the state that manifests, it's the feelings that manifest, but think about it. Your feelings are nothing but a manifestation of your thoughts. Like you have that thought and then you feel that thing depending on the thought you have. You either, each thought comes with either a positive association or feeling, negative feeling, or neutral feeling. And then, that's the feeling that you get. And same with states. Like even with states, like you get into a state with your thoughts. Thoughts are like the preliminary factor that are going to help you get what you want. So that's why I wholeheartedly believe that you should affirm. Okay, I always tell people affirming is the best thing that you can do. And this is just what personally worked for me. I've gotten a lot of success in my life by not giving up on affirming, okay? Did I affirm until I was blue? No. Did I affirm until like, I couldn't breathe anymore? Did I take time off to affirm? Heck no. Heck no. All I did was affirm. Okay, I'm more into scripting, okay? But after scripting, I would affirm. I would say these things out loud. So honestly, when I say affirm, like for me, if you know me, if you know my channel, if you've been following me, you know that I talk about scripting a lot. So yeah, I guess to me, scripting and affirming go hand in hand. Every time I do script something, I affirm it out loud. I affirm and script like twice a day. I know people are going to ask me, how often do you do that? I literally just do it twice a day, when I wake up and right before I go to sleep. And then whenever I think about my manifestations, or I feel like, I need to, like, okay, let's say I'm like missing someone, or like, let's say I kind of realize like, okay, I don't have $1,000,000 right now. Like I'll start like, affirming that throughout the day. Whenever I get into that lack state, I just affirm like, you know what? No, I'm going to have that. I'm going to get that. Or I already have that. I'm so grateful that I have $1,000,000. For me, like, I will say that it is okay to do future tense affirmations. Okay. At the end of the day, do what feels natural to you. I used to wholeheartedly believe that like, oh, you can only say affirmations in the past tense, present tense. I still do think those work a little bit better, okay? Because to me, I also believe that whatever it is that you have thought of, like whatever your manifestation is, let's say you are trying to manifest being in a happy, healthy, committed relationship with your specific person, or you're trying to manifest being a millionaire, that reality already exists, okay, in another dimension, in a parallel universe, another reality, whatever the case may be. It's just a matter of it manifesting into your 3D reality. So when I say things, like I used to be like, wait, that feels kind of fake though. And I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter. Like it will eventually become a reality. Like every single thing, at some point probably did seem fake. Even the building that I'm in, when like the construction workers first started like building, actually don't even go that far. When the person who like thought of building this building like first conceived the idea, maybe to them they were just like, oh my gosh, like this seems like quite the challenge, this seems like quite the project, I can't even believe it's real. But like, I mean, they ended up building this building, right? They continued with their efforts, they never gave up, they like did the work, which in your case would be affirming or scripting or visualizing, whatever works best for you. Like, you guys, to me, affirming and scripting, like I will always, always, always vouch for those things, right? But like my point is, everything maybe did seem kind of like fake at first. Maybe it did seem like, wow, this is like not like this is inconceivable. Like, how will this happen? And I know that for a lot of you, you feel like you getting your SP, you getting the version of your SP that you want, you getting whatever manifestations it is that you are trying to get, it feels unreal to you. That's where repetition of affirmations come in, okay? So back to my original question, should you affirm or let go? You should keep affirming until, you being with your SP feels really like natural to you, okay? And okay, let me backtrack a little bit. I know people are going to get confused. You have to feel it natural. You have to feel the feelings in order to get what you want. You don't really have to do that. Like, listen, I know some people, they can't feel those things. It's hard for them to visualize. I think there is actually a word for that, asaphantic or something like that. I don't, like, AS. And it's okay if you can't visualize. That's why affirming comes in. See, at the end of the day, it's our thoughts that manifest. It's our dominant thoughts, our dominant beliefs that manifest. If there is something that I will probably be consistent on, okay, because I know that at times, I've talked about different things on this channel. You can tell that like I've been getting rid of like limiting beliefs throughout my videos, throughout my own journey with the law of assumption, manifestation. But if there's something that I will hold on to the rest of my life, it will be that your dominant thoughts manifest. It is that your thoughts do create or bring about that manifestation. Manifestation, first of all, it doesn't mean like create. It means like you're bringing about that thing that already exists. If you were to look up the actual definition of manifestation, that's what you would see. But my point is, like, I will always stand by the fact that your thoughts are essentially what are creating your reality. Some people, they can't feel it no matter how hard they try. And I always say that you should not be forcing the feeling, okay? At the end of the day, keep affirming, okay? Not to the point where you're blue in the head, not to the point where like you're taking off time, not to the point where it's like driving you insane, but at least once or twice a day until you get your manifestations, or until you see some sort of sign, until you feel good about your manifestation. Like, I know it's coming to me, I'm not worried anymore. Because that's what letting go really means, okay? Letting go means like, you know what, like you're gonna be fine regardless. Like, you know, you're gonna get your manifestation, or you at least have confidence in the fact that you can manifest. It's more about having confidence in your manifestation abilities. I always tell people that this is a journey back to self. Even if you are trying to manifest a specific person, it really is more of a self-love journey than anything else. That's why I don't think it's bad to manifest specific people or specific desires, okay? That's just called confidence to me. Some people don't even have to do all this. Think about the people in your life who don't know about manifestations, who are living a good life, who are married to their SP, who do have a good job, who do have like a 6-figure salary, or you know, and are living their dream life. A lot of these people probably don't even know about manifestation, but they were just confident that they would get what they wanted. Or maybe they didn't even believe in themselves, but like, you know, it was their dominant belief that, you know, they would be able to get these things. Because see, at the end of the day, you guys, something that you have to know is that the logical mind works a little bit differently than the subconscious mind. So even if you can't feel the thing in your logical mind, as long as it's impressed onto your subconscious mind that you will get whatever it is that you want, that you will receive that perfect job, that perfect relationship, that perfect version of your person, you're gonna get it, okay? You're gonna be able to manifest that thing 100%. It really is about impressing onto your subconscious mind, which again, I have to clarify that like if you can't feel the feeling, you will still get what you want. You will still be able to manifest exactly whatever it is that you want. Because think about all the things that you have manifested that you didn't think you'd manifest. Like, I love giving this example, but like maybe when you were younger, you thought you completely failed a test, but you actually ended up passing. Or maybe even the other way around. Maybe you thought you did pretty well, but like you didn't pass. Okay, well, let's use the former example because that's the better version of the reality. That's a better reality, right? You didn't feel it. Like, in fact, maybe you were really anxious. Think about certain things that, like, you know, you were anxious about that didn't even end up manifesting, right? So it was your dominant belief that impressed onto your subconscious mind that wouldn't manifest, right? So somewhere along the lines, you know, everything can be traced back to one singular thought. I do believe that, or, you know, multiple thoughts, a conglomerate of thoughts, if you will. But what I'm trying to say here is that when you affirm, you will impress onto your subconscious mind that you will get whatever it is that you want. And, you know, I know this is so basic. I know you've probably heard this 1,000 times, but a lot of you still complain that you don't have your manifestations, and it's just, you're not really doing the work. You're not like being consistent. And, you know, something I will say is that consistency is what leads to results. Unless you are someone where your dominant thoughts are that you don't have to do that much work to manifest, or your dominant way of thinking is I only have to affirm this thing once and I get it. Unless you are that person who can like easily and naturally do that, then keep affirming. And in fact, maybe you can even affirm that, okay? I feel like, you know, the more you affirm, the more like, you know, you realize, hey, I can be saying these other affirmations to sort of like, you know, work smart, intellectualize my affirmations. Like, you know, for me, I'm able to manifest things a lot quicker because, like, for the most part, I would say I understand manifestation. I now understand how my personal brain works, how my subconscious mind works. I mean, I'm still learning, growing, expanding. But to me, like, you know, if I really wanted the belief that I can manifest something in like 3 days, I know that, like, for me, just the way that I manifest, I would have to, like, you know, at least spend a little bit of time or energy or effort, like, making that my dominant thought, okay? My dominant thought is that, like, I always manifest whatever I want in 3 days. And again, that looks different to different people. Some people, you know, for some people it's the time aspect. For some people it is like the intensity of their affirmations. For some people could even just be the feeling, like once they really feel that they can manifest anything, whenever. But I will say that if you are the type of person and you're not, you know, that has been having trouble manifesting things into their 3D reality, then all you have to do is make sure that you are affirming until whatever it is that you're trying to manifest becomes your natural way of thinking, okay? I'm going to hit you with the neuroscience fact that I have been talking about in all my other videos. So if you have been following me, you know what I'm going to say, and you should be able to recite this fact yourself, okay, when you talk about manifestation to other people. But when you have a thought, there is a chemical in your brain that gets released known as a neuropeptide, and then there are receptor sites in your body that absorb these neuropeptides and infiltrate it to the rest of your body, infiltrate it to the rest of your cells. So you have your brain cells, and then you have your body cells, and then there's receptor sites that act as a middleman that help absorb these neuropeptides, neurochemicals, and yeah, like I said, infiltrate it to the rest of your body. So when you are used to thinking negatively, when your way of thinking is like, oh my gosh, I never get what I want, I never get that commitment, I have to work hard in order to manifest money, then you have created receptor sites for that way of thinking. And that's exactly what you end up seeing in your reality. So here is where the power of affirming come in. Here's where the power of affirmations come in. When you affirm enough, when you affirm that I always get what I want in the best way possible. I'm always able to easily manifest a commitment with whoever I want to, okay? I'm always able to end up with the guy, girl, whoever I want, when I actually want it. It's easy for me to be financially free, financially stable, whatever your specific desire is. When you affirm that enough, what you're doing is you're essentially creating new receptor sites for that way of thinking, okay? And when you're doing that, you're replacing the receptor sites that you've created with that negative way of thinking, with those negative thoughts that you've been having. That's why affirming really works, you guys. It 100% works. Like, you are quite literally replacing those thoughts. Like, I mean, I wish I could show you this, or I wish I could see it myself, like if you were to like do a brain scan and the receptor sites, how they change and move and how they become smaller, how they expand. I do feel like maybe neuroscientists already know about that, correct me if I'm wrong, but like I just feel like if everyone saw a visual, maybe they'd understand it better. But I really do hope this explanation helps, okay? But yeah, as you affirm more positive things, you start creating receptor sites for that newer positive way of thinking, right? And you are replacing those negative thoughts. You're replacing that old way of thinking, those old patterns. And guess what happens next? You receive your manifestations. Okay, that's really all there is. I feel like a lot of people overcomplicate this stuff. Maybe at times I've done that too, but I'm trying not to. But I will say you should keep affirming, okay? Affirm, affirm, affirm until you get your desires. Okay, affirm once or twice a day. I think that's all it really takes. I will say have like 4 to 5 manifestations, 4 to 5 affirmations that you should be affirming once or twice a day. If you are manifesting a specific person, I will say that for every affirmation you do for that specific person, you should do at least 2 to 3 affirmations for that specific thing that you're trying to manifest. Okay, so if you're trying to manifest commitment with that specific person, you should be doing affirmations that have to do with self-concept plus commitment, right? So it is easy for, okay, I always feel safe and secure in my relationships. People easily commit to me. Like, I am the best person to commit to. I am girlfriend material. I'm boyfriend material. Like, if I'm the prize, people should be like thinking, they should be watching videos on like how they can get me to like them or commit to them, okay? I mean, get creative with these affirmations, but you should definitely be saying affirmations that have to do with what you're trying to manifest, but then redirect that energy back to you. Redirect those affirmations back to like self-concept, your self-concept. So things like, like I said, I am the prize, like I'm always on the pedestal and people meet me there, okay? I always manifest the best versions of people. I always feel fully loved, valued, and pursued. Okay, I'm always pursued. The person that I'm with always, okay, I guess this is like more of a specific person affirmation, but just saying things like I always feel loved, I always feel valued, that implies that that person is showering you with attention, affection, love, whatever it is that you want specifically, okay? But I will say, don't afraid to get specific, but for every specific desire or specific person affirmation that you're doing, you should be redirecting that back to self-concept. You should be saying at least 2 to 3 self-concept affirmations. So yeah, okay. I'm going to go ahead and end the video right here. I really hope this helped. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay, I say that for my tarot readings, but I'm going to say that for my manifestation videos as well, because a lot of this is just like anecdotal. It's from my experience, and I'm just telling you what's worked best for me. So yeah, do take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You're allowed to believe whatever you want. At the end of the day, law of assumption is all about making your own rules. Whatever you assume to be true will end up being true, will end up manifesting. Okay, so that's all there really is to it. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any success stories, and I will see you all next time. Thank you so much.